Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Adriana of Ink to Prosperity, and today we're talking about the Chariot. Let's get into it. So, if you haven't already checked out the other major arcanas 0 through 6, then I will make sure to link it up above. Go check it out and then come back, okay? If you've been keeping the flow, then you already know that we leave the decks and resources and books down below in the description box so that you can check it out for yourself. Grab yourself a deck or a book or two. I'm really excited to talk about the Chariot. It feels like it's one of the most straightforward cards in the tarot, which makes a lot of sense because it's called the freaking Chariot. So, of course, why not? Right? So, let us begin by let's just show you what these cards look like. Now, it might be a little blurry. I apologize for that. But we are using our Rider-Waite Tarot, Shaman Tarot, and Afro Avatar Tarot. So we have the artwork here of the original Rider-Waite. I know it's blurry. My camera won't focus. Then we have the Shaman Tarot and the Afro Avatar. Okay, so we will be particularly focusing on this card, y'all know, but we'll dive into the themes. So let's begin by diving into let's begin by diving into the number 7, which is associated with the Chariot. 7 is one of those numbers that really has more of a positive reputation. We have 777, lucky sevens. A lot of the time 7 is associated with good luck or, hey, we're looking out for you kind of number. But I also see 7 as, from a more Christian background, you will often see 7 as a number of completion. And I think that for me personally, I thank God that one of my mentors really encouraged us to figure out what numbers mean for us uniquely. And what I found is that 7 comes up when there is research or this lesson to learn, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like this big hard lesson, but it's going to be a lesson that is going to change my life for the better, change my mindset for the better. And so when I see 7s, that's immediately what I go to, and that's how I feel about the energy of that number. So when the Chariot comes up, being associated with all of those different types of energies and interpretations, it automatically makes me think of okay, this is one of those cards that's like sink or swim kind of vibe. So that's what we have when we first dive into the number. Okay, let us get into the beings. So we have these 2 sphinxes, and we also have the man here. Let's start with our 2 sphinxes. Now, in all of my cards here, there is this relationship between man and beast, animal, nature, whatever you want to call it. But each one of these cards has a person and some sort of animal. And looking at the Rider-Waite, specifically with the sphinxes being here, we have this element of knowledge. Sphinxes, back in the Kemetic practice, Egyptian practice, that is one of the animals that represents the embodiment of knowledge, all knowledge, witty and incredible. And sphinxes are known for their riddles. If you know, they gatekeep the pyramid. You can't get in unless you solve the riddle. And it's all about sphinxes also are known to be killers. So if you on some fuck shit, they're not having it. They are not having it. And so when we pull that element into the Chariot card, it brings out this knowingness, this connection to truth, this connection to wisdom. But since it's coming from like this very carnal, beast, nature, instinctual place, it's very earth based. It's very physical reality based. And so it's going to be a lot more practical knowledge that you're going to be tapping into for the Chariot card than kind of that woo woo, all is well, just breathe and everything will be right. You know, like when the Chariot comes up, the wisdom that you seek is going to be like practical steps for you to take. And I also believe that with this, with the blend of the black and the white, and also here in the Shaman Tarot, there is the black and white horses here. It automatically, I think about balance and how in order to move forward, to move, to go, to be in the chariot, your wheels on your chariot have to be balanced, as well as you got to have a little bit of instinct and a little bit of intuition to go the distance, take this route. So those are just some of the symbols and interpretations that come up when I look at our animals in the deck, as well as looking at our person. So in this deck, we have this person dressed in like a knight in shining armor. There is a crown. There's this staff. This person is dressed in a skirt that has like different hieroglyphs or some sort of like symbols. And just looking at that alone, and also on their shoulders, they have these crescent moons, which I don't know, you're not going to really be able to say, but the crescent moons, the armor, there's the staff here, and the skirt. But looking at the attire, this is a person of stature. This is a person of good position. This is someone who you look at and you're like, okay, what they got going on? But also the armor within itself, and it reminds me of being in a place of I know, I do type of energy. And I immediately think about some warrior, almost like returning home to claim his land, claim his riches from winning the battle. So that's what we have going on with our beings in the Chariot. Next, we will move into the environment and our kind of our stage, basically, if you will. So we have here, of course, we have our knight in the chariot. Our Sphinx is leading the chariot. We also have this castle-like in the background, but then we also have a riverbed, a riverbank, whatever you want to call it, in the background. And we're still outside. We're still outside. Some of our Arcana cards, major Arcana cards happen inside and some of them outside. And so, again, this is like a snapshot. It reminds me of those portraits of old soldiers being snapped in front of the battlefield. That's what this snapshot looks like. Kind of like, yeah, I conquered that shit. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, I did that kind of energy. And the fact that this person isn't actually in the castle, isn't in the castle gates, and instead outside across the river, really showcases that, yeah, I came from this and this is my past, but I'm still looking forward. I'm not going to stay here stuck behind, which really lends more into why the Chariot is such a forward moving card. It's not about, hey, what's that back there? It ain't got shit to do with that. It's about keep your eyes on the prize, okay? So this outside nature scene with the water always being, well, not always, but most of the time representing the emotional space, the spiritual space to me, as well. And then with the outside being mixed with our animals that we have here, it also is important that if you are the charioteer, which is the person here riding the chariot, if you are the charioteer and you're traveling on a journey that you're not really sure what all it entails, you're going to have to lean on your instincts and your intuition. And I mentioned this earlier, and how important it is to cultivate both skills within yourself. You know, when you are taking this step to walk this path or make a decision, and start a new life, whatever the case may be, you already have some skills that you acquired from your old life. You already have some knowledge and wisdom from your old life. You have natural instincts as a living, breathing being to protect yourself and protect what's yours. And those are the instincts that we have in common with our animal friends, and along with a couple other things. But we also want to take care of ourselves, make sure we're fed, have shelter, things like that. Basic needs. And then the intuition of it all is being able to trust your gut and knowing, like, it looks a little foggy. Maybe it's gonna rain. Maybe I need to take a break. Me and my sphinxes need to kind of like, let's chill for the afternoon and just wait for the storm to pass instead of like walking through the fucking storm. And being able to trust also in the divine, trust in your guides or whatever you believe in to send you signs and warnings and messengers to help you along the journey that you're really not familiar with, or you don't really have all of the knowledge and foresight to see what's coming. So I think that this card really is a strong representation of one, balance in the nature, nurture, light, dark, the physical reality and the energetic, metaphysical reality. And I think that it's important that we, as the charioteers in our own life, how important it is that we cultivate a practice, cultivate a routine or process that guides us towards the highest light, in whatever that means for each one of us individually. And this Chariot card, when you see this pop up, it's not about standing still and figuring it out. It's about, let's fucking go. We got stuff to do. But what you can do is when this card comes up, you can pull some other cards to get an inclination of, okay, well, how is this journey going to play out? Or what decisions can I make to ensure this journey is going to be easier for me? You can ask questions like, What resources do I need to utilize along this journey? How can I be a better charioteer? These are the kind of questions that you want to ask the other cards in your deck so that you can glean more information on how to make this ride the best that it can possibly be. Because once you pull the Chariot card, pulling back the reins is gonna be a little difficult. Like, we already in it. We in it. Okay. So, and that also on the flip side can be representative of the fact that some shit is just going, and you may be in the chariot riding, but you done detoured, and spirit trying to bring you back. Okay. So again, being able to ask more questions from your deck will really give you deeper insight into what it is that this chariot ride has in store for you. So I hope this makes sense. I hope that this furthers your study into the tarot. Hope you're excited. And let me know how you interpret the Chariot card, what comes up for you, what elements do you pick up on? Because again, this is a community. I want to talk about it. I don't want to just be talking. I want to hear what y'all have to say. And as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all have a beautiful day. Bye.